Hello. So I'm on a bit of a wonk and I'm having a coffee. So hi, welcome to Saturday morning here at Highlight Crafts. Do I need to stand a bit like that? It might right itself in a little bit. It usually does. I'll put my coffee back down there. Hi, I'm Diane. Welcome to Highlight Crafts live shopping. I'm delighted to have your company. Stephanie's going to be joining me in a little while. But I wanted to tell you about this brand new Minecraft studio that we've got. It's like the boat's righting itself a little bit. So yeah, welcome along. We've got a brand new set of designs from Minecraft Studio which we'll go through shortly. And what I wanted to do, first of all, I'm going to tell you how to shop with us, so we'll get that bit out of the way. So when you're watching us here at Highlight Crafts, we pop codes on the screen and I'll also give you the code. So Shop Blush is the code for the brand new download. And when you type that into the comment section, whether you're watching on Facebook, Instagram or the website, it will pop it into your basket for you. And then once the show's finished, you can check out your basket. Now with this one, because it's a download, there's going to be no rush to check out your basket, so you can watch the show, you can watch everything in comfort and then check out your basket at the end of the show, because we're not going to be limited on stock for this one. So that will add it to your basket. If you're watching on social media, so Facebook or Instagram, you'll get a message to your inbox that says, thank you for your order, go to cart. Once the show's finished, go to your basket, check out, and you'll actually check out on the Highlight Crafts website as usual with all your club discounts and everything. If you're watching on the website, when you add something to your basket, above the product section on the right hand side of the screen, you'll see a little red basket appear at the top. That's what you click to go to your show basket. So once you've clicked to that, then check out your basket again as usual. So this is our Blush and Bloom download. Blush and Bloom or Bloom and Blush? I can't remember. Blush and Bloom, there we go. I made it and I named it and I can't remember. So this is just how Saturdays go. Okay, so here we go. This is our brand new download. So we've got scenes on here and they are just beautiful. And how this one came about was, obviously you've seen that we've been creating designs for to go with the dies and things like that. And one of the artists that we worked with to create some of the scenes had all of this beautiful artwork, and I was just like, you know what, we're going to use that for Minecraft Studio. We're going to save it and we're going to have it as a special download. So we've got all of these stunning scenes and they are absolutely incredible. They are all A4. Obviously they can be A5, they can be A3, they can be A6 if you want them to be. It's Minecraft Studio, they are just JPEG images. Now we've also got, so what I did with these images was I took all of the bits out that I could get out independently. So you can see here, these are now those images away from the backgrounds. So you can see you've got all of those and you've got some more on here. So these are our compositions. So this is everywhere there's multiple flowers, multiple elements of design. So you can see we've got the big frames all the way down to 2 or 3 flowers in a little cluster there. So we've got all of those as well. And then we've got the single flower heads and stems. So we've got some, actually we've got some more of these here. So sorry, this has got a little bit mixed up on the compositions. Got some more of those there. So you can see lots and lots of these. So there's that one. And then here's the next page. So we've got beautiful daisies, we've got roses, we've got lavender, we've got carnations, we've got all kinds of flowers. We've got gerberas in here, lots and lots of florals. We've got some quite artistic flowers as well, so some that aren't specifically designed as particular flowers. But you can see we've got lots and lots of clusters that you can imagine. Take them into Minecraft Studio or your preferred graphics program and then build your own compositions and scenes and card fronts and all of those things as well. Lots and lots on here. So there are hundreds and hundreds of elements. So you can see we've got all of this here. So now we get to the single flower heads and we've got an absolute rainbow of these. So you can see this is our little stems and the little pieces. So this is in a separate folder for you, so you're not scrolling up and down huge folders. But we've got, there's almost 100 of these as well. So you can see we've done the blues, we're into the purples now. And then when we go from the purples, we go through to the pinks and the reds. Absolutely glorious. I love these flowers. Really, really beautiful. So we've got the poppies in there. Again, you've got more daisies, roses, all kinds of things. And then we've got so we'll go from the pinks into the reds. So you can see this here. We've got some beautiful burgundies in here as well. And then we go into our oranges and into our yellows. So we've really rainbowed the colours. So you're not kind of scrolling up and down thinking, where's that particular one? You know, if you're looking for an orange flower, you know you're going to go to that section. And then we've got our yellows. So you can see there's so much on here. So much. So in the In the single flower heads and stems folder, you've got 120 elements in that one folder alone. So this is a proper old school style micro studio where it's absolutely loaded with designs for you to actually create your own compositions. We've also then got the papers. So you can see here you've got a full sheet of papers. So you've got these beautiful, beautiful backgrounds. Again, these are taken from and inspired by the backgrounds that are on the main images within the collection. So their colours work perfectly. But what that means is you can take a different element from the compositions folder or create your own composition from the single flower heads and pop it onto the background. So it looks just like the ones that the artist has created originally, but you've built your own design. So we've got the papers there, we've got some more papers here. And then what I also created were some overlays, because we know how much you guys love the overlays. So these are where you can see the white on here. It is actually transparent. So when you lay these over the top of the papers, you will actually see the paper design through. So you can mix and match these and then create completely unique toppers, backing papers, anything you like. And I feel like these are going to work beautifully on your sublimation blanks. They're going to work beautifully on your rice papers. These designs are perfect for so many occasions. Now this is Shop Blush and it is £29.99 for this huge Micro Studio download. And with it being a download, you will actually receive it instantly. So as soon as you check out your basket, you will it will be in your account. So log into your Club Highlight account before you check out your basket. It will be in there for you, and you will also get a link on your order confirmation to say, here's the download that you've ordered, here's a link to actually download it. Download it, pop it into Micro Studio, and it's away you go. If you don't have Micro Studio while we're demonstrating it, and you decide you want it, that is free to download on the Highlight Crafts website. So just go to downloads, over on the right hand side, click on Micro Studio to filter it down, and you'll see the program on there. Free to download, and it is for PCs. It's designed for PCs. So Stephanie is ready to do a demo. Shall we do a demo with this before we do the rest of the counter?
Absolutely. But we also need to do a couple of other things because we know at the moment you're flicking between channels trying to decide what to watch. So I think we can help you a little bit by showing you some of the stuff we've got coming up.
Yes.
So I thought I just wanted to share. This is Jane's resin bowl. Now, it goes beautifully with this artwork.
The colour is stunning.
Imagine having that as the gift and that as your birthday card. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, this is gift giving. Isn't that stunning? And Jane's going to explain how she gets all these sort of, almost like the smoke running down. And then this piece, I'm not going to unmould it. I'm going to leave it for Jane to unmould. But I need to show you this tray. She'll finish the unmoulding. So you've got the beach going into the sea, coming up into the wave that is crashing round. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
No.
And she's going to show us how to do that in the resin show.
Isn't it amazing?
So just when you think you know how to use the product and we've taught you everything, she's going to show you this. And imagine having that as a canapé tray or having it
in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom
oh my,
with all your toiletries on
Jane,
it.
I need you to make me one. Oh, she's gone.
She's gone, yeah.
She's gone. Oh, I tell you what I need.
She's gone to get ready.
Oh, she's gone to get ready. She's going to put makeup on and stuff.
Oh, I don't know. She's one of us. I wouldn't have thought so. Don't expect slick.
I'll tell you, soaps on here in the bathroom.
Beautiful, yeah.
But I'm just, even afternoon tea, guys, what that is just, I mean, that, I'm expecting to sit, don't tell her this, because she might want to go and do that and not do what she does here.
Well, in that case, don't say it, because we don't want her to do that.
No, we don't. But I'd see that in a gallery.
Yeah.
I'd actually, that is beautiful. Right, so's the artwork on here. What a blinking talented family you lot are.
We try our best, and it's not bad. Do you know what, guys? And do you know what? I'm going to get on my soapbox now. This is not bad for a couple of girls who at school were told you're not creative, don't bother taking art, don't bother taking anything creative, just go and work in an office because that's what you need to do. And look at us now, teachers. Look at us now.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody tell you that you're not creative, and don't think you're not creative. You know what? I can't draw these flowers myself, but I can see the designs and I can create beautiful compositions for you to work with. So, don't let anybody tell you that you're not creative, because we're all creative in our own way. And if we enjoy it, so be it.
And do you know, the thing is, I failed art too. I got taken out the art class. There's always somebody in the art class that's better than you, isn't there?
Always, yeah. But you failed art and you designed stuff for British Airways and Speedos and all sorts,
I know. And I love it. But the best thing I love it most is the crafting stuff.
Yeah.
And when you see, and I love the manufacturing processes, when you see what we've done with our transfers, that in the next hour, because they're in the next hour, aren't they?
They are in the next.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, crazy. Right, let me do this. Because
what? Flowers as transfers.
I know.
We've got a big list for the graphics guys.
We have got a big list.
I'm going to put this up there so I don't drop it.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew to watch in because of these techniques. Yeah. The other thing is, the reason I wanted to do this is because Diane is too modest. I want to share with you what a brilliant, brilliant artist she is when it comes to my craft studio because, and there's a few things that are important here. She uses the program. She helped develop the program. She's been on the journey over the last goodness knows how long. She does all the education for it. And if you're watching for the very first time, I'm going to take you to this help button up here. So once you've loaded it on your computer and you get stuck or need any help whatsoever, just message us. Once you've loaded it onto your computer, you'll see this home screen here. And all of your artwork is down here on my left-hand side. So what I've got, it's on an external hard drive. We call it Dr. Dre, so that's why it's here. And then there is this particular blush and bloom download. You've got scenes, you've got compositions, you've got single flowers and stems, papers and overlays. Now, because Diane put this together, designed it, put all the elements together, because she crafts, she took the single flower and stems out of the compositions because she understands that we want to save time and how to find it. And that is so important. So I'm going to whiz through what you're getting. I know you've seen it on paper, but I'm just going to show you in a little bit more detail. We're going to go, if I can get hold of this little button, we're going to go a little bit closer to it so that you can actually look at it. So first of all, we're looking at, there we go, let's get a little bit closer. We're looking at one of the index sheets, and underneath each sheet you'll notice it's got a number. Where it says 09, if I go over to the other side and I look down the art index and I go to 09, I can pull just that design onto the sheet. Now, I think Diane explained, because it's an overlay, it's transparent, so we'll come back to those in a minute and I'll show you some really fun stuff we can do. So they're your overlays and there's lots of them. Then there's another full page of overlays and you're going to have to pull these on individually to be able to see the detail of them. But then you've got, and I'd always suggest printing out your index sheets. Look at that, that looks like the sun's just breaking through the clouds there. You've got all of these designs. Remember, you can print them in portrait and in landscape. You're getting everything that you can see here. And then there's a whole other page with them and different designs. But the colours in the flowers are perfect representation of the colours that you've got in these backgrounds. So the coordination, the design element of it has all been pulled together. And then those individual flower heads so that you can build your own bouquets. So we're not looking for an individual daisy amongst hundreds of other images. We've got them all here. And because it's Diane, because she understands this program inside out, she's worked out which pieces you need cut out to save you time, to give you the detail, to give you the design for you to be able to make it, for you to be able to build it together. Every flower is a different shape, a different orientation, has got different petals in it. You've got two of the peonies here, but when they lay next to each other, they're going to suit them. It's going to be like they're on the same bush. You've got elements where you've got the real detail and the colour washes and the watercolour effects. And then we've got somewhere we actually haven't just got watercolour, but we've gone in and they've had added detail added into them. But the look and feel is so cohesive. It's so designer. It's all there ready for you to work with. So you're adding in each of these individually, building your own bouquets. You choose what you do. Now this collection that we've got here is our scenes. And you can see our compositions, I beg your pardon. And then what you've got, so every one of them has got the composition. Literally, that's your card front. You could take this into any of the fairies, the gnomes, the collection we had on yesterday, which was our, I want, if it's actually on here, it's not, it was on a different, download. But if I go into, let me just think, if I go into, I'm just going to pick one image. Here we go. I'm going to pick images and I'm just going to pick that fairy. So this is from a completely random USB and I'm going to put her there. So from a completely random USB, it works. That's what a serious crafter, a graphic designer who understands graphics and detail and design can actually do for you, because they know what you need. Look at these are incredible. The way that you've got the crescents, the corners, that just across a square card. Make it into a pocket so you can tuck a little gift tag in there. Look at how this is perfect. You could, here, I'd have all my 2 red robins. This isn't just Minecraft Studio. This is designer. And then I've got to just go into the detail of these. The way that Diane's built the plaques in, the way she's put the lace in, the elements, the butterflies, the extra elements, the little splashes around the outside edge. All of this means that you have got the creativity at your fingertips. Look at the lace, the way it's wrapped around that artwork. It's absolutely stunning. And then we come on to the pieces that have been made ready for you. I mean, this piece here, wow, oh my wow. That's the side of, this is stationery. Actually, that's a really good point. Diane's got a bit of a thing about stationery. You can tell looking at this. Pens and paper, notebooks. She's a collector.
There's definitely sublimation with those.
Oh,
those on
gosh.
mugs and mouse mats and key rings.
Beautiful. I'm thinking this is a whole kitchen. You could colour this to it's so vibrant. But you've got, look at how she gave us the individual flower heads, but she's also put some of them, started the compositions for us. So you've got elements to be able to build with all of this. And honestly, this for me is exquisite. And these backgrounds, they are just, I mean, they are incredible. That same fairy, let's just take her. She's from a complete walk into Wonderland, a completely different set of artwork. And that sits perfectly in there. I mean, it couldn't be much better than this.
She would actually sit in any of those on that row, wouldn't she? You could move her across
sit
to
in
any of them and she'd sit.
All of these. Yeah. You know, that almost could be a moonbeam.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could put your moonbeam behind. Now that reminds me, think about all of your foundation dies. Taking your foundation dies and working them with these. These are exquisite. And we've got some new templates coming next week, and they're going to be for little boxes and envelopes. And I'm just seeing those boxes on every one of these. Yeah, these are beautiful. This is the best artwork you've ever done. It's the best you've put together. It's incredible. Guys, you may think you've got plenty of Minecraft Studio. You haven't got anything like this. Over the last 3 months, the team, we're having a lot of team conversations where we're sitting and we're talking about what works, what doesn't work, where the trends are in the future. This is so 2026. It is absolutely on trend. The big prints. Oh gosh.
Show some of the things that the DT have
Yeah,
made.
I mean, just these are beautiful. Look at these.
So we've got this little handbag box that Dawn's made. Really lovely little gift box. Absolutely gorgeous. And that could be something that you've bought in a shop. But then we've also got a regular gift bag as well.
And the tag.
And the tag that matches. And I love that she's coordinated the string to go with it as well.
Yeah.
Really beautiful. So please don't just think of these as cards and elements. They are for any of your crafting. If you've got any of the stationery box templates that we've done in the past, any of the envelope templates that we've done in the past.
Look at this one that Kath's done. She's built the design up. She's done a little bit of, just a little tiny bit of fussy cutting, but then she's created all of those papers as a background for a twisted easel.
Yeah. And this is a paper that isn't on there. And I'm going to be honest with you, because it took me so long because I wanted it to be perfect, the DT only got the main images and some of the flowers. They didn't get the whole thing. But they've got it now, so that's the stuff that they're showing you in the Facebook groups. But these are literally made with part of it. And this one that Irene's made, she's done a little bit of decoupage on here as well. So if I just move that to the side, you can see. So she's printed the image a couple of times and snipped out the decoupage. So yes, we're talking about digital crafting, but you can see we're talking about it, using it with all of your regular techniques, your decoupage, your fussy cutting, your boxes, your templates, your card templates, anything you do with your regular crafting, you can do with Micro Studio, because everything's printed somewhere, as I used to say to Mel.
Absolutely, yeah. Everything is. Oh, Mel was so anti digital crafting in this format. I mean, I can't tell you. We've had a few proper battles over this one.
Yeah.
But
all in the
nicest
possible way.
But also one of the biggest.
Like Kenny Everett.
I'm not doing that thing. But one of the things about it was that she was such a fan of the highest quality artwork. We're talking graphic 45, where you're paying £30-40 for a pad. This is in their league. In fact, I tell you what, I think it's better. And it's actually better.
The thing that I always try and stress with digital crafting is, so with the graphic 45, it's absolutely stunning. Their papers are beautiful. But you buy it and it's a paper pad.
And it's gone.
It's gone. With this, you can print it time and time again, but you can print it onto vellum, onto acetate, onto rice paper, onto washi paper, onto the printable holographic. These would be beautiful on the printable holographic that we've got.
Gosh.
Onto premium pure print, onto regular pure print to get a softer touch. You've got all those different options, and you just, if you run out, you print it again. So I'm going to leave you to do a demo.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I just want to show you these. I mean, this is, I know Diane's going to be also coming and doing a demo in a little while for you, but this is just beautiful card making. Okay, so let's just talk through this one sheet.
Stephanie Diane Street says this is way better than graphic 45.
Oh, thank you, Diane.
Oh, hey, Davina says epic fail for Davina. She said no shopping today.
Oh. So this one, let's just talk about what we could do with this as a card. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop it. So I'm going to do a really simple crop. We're just going to pull in the top and we're going to pull in the bottom. I'm going to have to pull that top in a bit more to there. Okay, so, and I'm going to make the whole thing a tiny bit smaller because we need to get that onto a piece of cardstock. So we would want just a small border around the outside edge of this, so we could literally trim that off. Now I print that twice, and all I would do on my card front is literally take a line across here, a straight diagonal line, so that you've got a piece here and a piece there. Put the full piece on the topper and then put this piece with foam there and there, leave it open there so that you could then take that, we can copy it and paste it and make it into a mini card that would tuck inside that design. But this would be perfect for pyramage and decoupage.
Just thinking that, yeah.
So I'm going to do, I don't know whether you've got a different way of doing this, Diane, but I'm just going to show you everybody the way that I've sort of worked it out to work for what I want. And I'm going to pick this design here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so that we can see everything that we're doing at once. And I'm going to get 6 of them. So I'm going to copy and paste it, and we're going to paste it 6 times. Now you can, just move that one out of the way, you can, if you look here, can you see where it says Control C? If you actually use Control C and then paste says Control V, that actually does it for you.
It'll not do it while you've got the right click menu on.
Oh, that's
it.
That's it. Control C,
yep.
Control V. That's why Diane's the expert and I'm still the pupil. But look, these are your shortcuts, so that it's all there, ready for you. I always forget what it is and where it is, and oops, and then I like doing that because look what's happened. I've made lots of them all in one go. Right, so we're going to use our digital punches, and we're going to start off and we're going to do something with a basic shape. I'm going to pick a heart. I'm going to use this heart. So there's the heart, and that's the one we're going to work with. Now I need to get that a little bit bigger and work out where it's going to go on the page. And I'm also going to make another one of those, and you can see it goes darker when they're overlapping each other. So I'm going to then the next thing, so I just need to leave that there. I'm going to start off, so that's my complete pattern. This is going to be my first layer. So decide where you want it to go. So that's the first place, and with this one I'm going to keep the outer. So I've now made the first of my designs. So to make sure I get this all lined up properly, I'm going to lay this one, and just bring this one to the front, and I'm going to lay it over the top like that. Just going to line it up so you can zoom right in and line it up and make sure that everything lines up. So I'm checking the flower heads. Are the flower heads right, and are all the other bits? I'm sure our lovely Diane will come up with some shortcuts to make sure that we know what we're doing. So you can see how I'm going to use my flower heads. But before I do that, I'm going to take this into here. I'm going to move that back. So now I know it's all going to line up. I'm just going to make sure that this lines up the way I want it to. So I'm just going to zoom into it a bit more. Check those flowers aligned where I want them. Don't move the heart, because the heart's the thing that needs to stay where it is. So I'm happy. Then you take your heart and you reduce it in size by the amount that you want to cut. Okay, so now I'm going to move that one out the way, and I'm now going to keep the outer, and I'm just going to keep repeating that so you can see. And if I take this one and I just change the colour a little bit, so let me go a bit darker so you can see it. You can see how it's created that frame, and I keep going, building up the designs so that you've got the heart in there. Would you do it differently?
Only very slightly, because to do the inverted it does need that extra adjustment, but I would do it the same way. I just align it slightly differently. But at that point, when you've made it, when you've got all them all stacked up on top of each other, if you wanted to, you could put a drop shadow on and have a drop shadow on each layer so
yes,
it looks
dimensional.
Like it's,
yes.
Or what you could do is separate them out and print them out individually, and then you could use the scan and cut to cut that heart out of the middle, or you could actually cut it with scissors.
So there you go, guys. You've got loads of different ways of you being able to do it, but sometimes it's good to have that faux image. So in fact, let's just look at that drop shadow element of it. So I'm just going to bring that onto here, and I'm going to layer up this. I'm going to put this one over the top. So let's just come over here, make sure that that's all lined up nicely. Put that heart in the middle there, and this time I'm going to keep the inner. So now what you've got is, so there's the inner. I'll just move these out the way. We'll go back up here, and this is what I really like about this is there's that part of the design, there's that part over the top. Now we've got this one in here, so it looks like it's going to fit in perfectly like that. But if you then go into this bit and you blur the edges, that's not that one, it's, where's my blurry thing gone? Oh, it's there. And I soften it, it looks like it's going into the background. And I love how you can make that happen. Look at how clever it is.
Do you want me to show you another little trick?
Yeah, go on then.
If you move your blurred heart out of the way,
Yeah.
and pop your digital punch heart in the middle of the aperture.
That one.
Yeah, and then shrink it down a bit.
Yeah.
And then centre it up. And then up at the top left, if you press the fill in button. Or the left.
Left, that's my right. Yeah.
Okay, so now move the heart. And now try and move that other heart in the middle. It's put it back into your paper.
I've never used that.
So it's literally, that's something you can't do with physical punch. You've literally put that back into the paper, so you've now got that heart.
Learn all of that.
Yeah.
Now it looks like we've got a glowing heart.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Right, I'll tell you what. You need the expert here because this lovely lady, we don't get this very often. Diane's always at a desk. I need to move out the way because you've now got half an hour of a lesson using this. That is the reason you need this USB. Right, Diane, we're swapping places.
We are swapping places.
I know you haven't had time.
Ooh,
Blinky neck. Dangerous me. We've not had time to do, Diane hasn't had a lot of time to do demonstrations, but this is what we call when you get two for the price of one.
This is a twofer.
A twofer.
Pop that. I just didn't want to knock it off the thing.
So I'll move that. I'm going to pick that up off the floor. Oh, I want to do that. I want to go and play. Right. Okay. Now you've got the expert.
No pressure.
Diane, we've also got a lot of people just joined in.
Oh, okay.
Somebody's just said the expert's in the building. Right, everybody. So if you haven't watched us before, it's super easy to shop. First of all you need to do is type into the comments the word shop blush. You are going to get this brand new set of artwork. I'm just going to give our lovely Diana coffee back.
Thank you.
And you can be crafting with this straight away. There's no postage. Don't forget to join the club because you'll get 5% off that price, and it's off every time you shop, not once but every time you shop. Spend £35 on physical product, we'll pick up the postage cost. Couldn't be any better than that. I'm just going to mention our A3 printer because we do have the Brother A3 printer. It's an inkjet printer. It actually, shop inkjet, £22
No, you definitely need your glasses for that one.
I do need my glasses. 200. Where did I get 22 from? 200.
That's a bargain.
We're not going to get much of a printer for 22 quid. You might get the ink.
Not get the ink.
£269. Gosh, sorry. It's an interesting day. There's a lot going on today. But anyway, £269.99 before your club discount, before your points, if you want to print these beautiful artwork A3. Diane, can you actually help us do that?
So on that, if you're logged in and you buy that, obviously you're going to get your discount on it, but on the 269, so if it's your first purchase with us and you're in the 5% club, you're going to get about £11 worth of points back on that.
Wow, as well as
because
the 5%.
Because you get 5 points for every pound you spend, and then they'll be available in 14 days to spend.
Right, I'm going to hand you over to the experts. So let's go over to Diane. Oh, but you've got to stay with us for the next hour because we're doing our brand new transfers. I'll be back in a bit.
And then we've got resin after that. It's a great
I know.
Isn't it?
Oh, and the resin. Listen, we don't just do resin. I want to do that M&S thing. We don't do.
This is not just resin.
Yeah, this is not just resin. This is highlight resin. Look at that. Jane's going to show you how to do the wave and do all these on the bowl. Let me show you this. Look at that. It's blinking stunning. Right, I've got the details up there for our laser printer. It's a black and white laser printer if you want to be able to print and put metallics over these papers. Do you know what? We could teach you for a week with one product and we could keep going. You can watch these back. I'm going to shut up and hand you over to Diane.
Hello, everybody. So a couple of quick things then. So one of the biggest things we get asked, especially now we've got the A3 laser, A3 inkjet printer, is how to change the page size. So if we go onto the screen, so the page when you open it up is A4. If you're in the States, it's probably letter. It's whatever your printer is set to default to. So if you do have an A3 printer, it should open up as A3. But to change the size, we go to the print tab up at the top and we go page size. And then you'll see now, because we have that A3 printer installed on this computer, we have the option to change the page to A3. So that page is now A3. What I'm going to do is bring one of these onto the page. So you can see that's now an A4 page on the A3. I'm going to stretch it up. And you'll see, if I zoom into that, you'll see the detail is still just as crisp and beautiful when you stretch these designs up to A3 because of the way that we save the artwork for you. So you can work on your A3 pages as well. And the pages that are in the print tab are the pages that your printer will allow. So we don't have the pages set in MicroStudio. It reads it from your computer. So if your printer allows you to do custom settings and all that kind of thing, it will be in there. There is a whole, I think it's about a 40-minute class on using the print tab, which is something that when I told Andrew I wanted to do a class on YouTube about the print tab, he kind of went, well, to press print, what are you going to do? So there's actually 40 minutes about all the different features that are within just the print tab on its own. There's about 11 or 12 hours of education on our YouTube for free.
How do we find it, Diane? We're getting loads of questions. We've got to answer your questions, everybody. Get your questions in while we've got Diane here.
No problem. So to find any of our education, so go to YouTube and type in Highlight Crafts. We have our own channel on there. There's thousands and thousands of hours of videos on there. So we've got, I think we've got about, I can't remember how many subscribers now we've got, but it's a lot. It's a very big number. Once you're on there, if you go to playlists, you'll see a playlist for Mel's Scan and Cut Education, a playlist for Stephanie's Painting Education, David's Cadence, and then there's also a MicroStudio Craft Along. And in there we've got videos right from getting started, which is opening the program, how do I get something onto the page, all the way through to using the digital punches in lots of different ways, and then lots of other options as well. So there's a 50-minute video just on the text feature because there's so much you can do with the graphics program. We do have the clubs as well, so I think they're on the website. I'm not sure if they're on the show, but we do have 2 clubs for MicroStudio. There's Club Series 1. Yeah, thank you, Emily. So we've got Shop 1, which is for Series 1 of the MicroStudio Club, which is a very, very specific set of lessons where you get the download that we do use in the lesson. You also get access to an exclusive Facebook group, an email address, and all kinds of stuff like that. And I know some of the club are watching, so hi guys, thank you so much for joining, and thank you for all your support throughout the club. So yeah, we've got Shop 1 and Shop 2 for different series. They are all suitable for all levels because I literally talk you step by step through every project. You see it on the screen, we talk it through, and you can pause, you can watch as many times as you like. So it literally works out at £10 a month. You get the download and you get the education, and you get lots and lots of access as well. So yeah, so that's how we find us on YouTube and on the education.
So
we've
Sharon's
got 12,000 YouTube subscribers.
That's
our Emily,
brilliant.
So our Emily is producing this show, and it's her first solo show producing. And she's still new to the company. I think just
Oh,
about
3 months.
Yeah.
Coming up 3 months and
Yeah.
doing a fantastic
She's
job.
doing an amazing job. She's now producing a live show on a Saturday morning. Amazing.
So Sharon has just said, Diane's the person that inspired me to experiment with my card making. You're fantastic,
Oh,
Diane.
thank you, Sharon.
Mandy wasn't buying, but that's gone out the window. Do you know what we love, guys, is Davina's actually going to sell all over our Graphic 45. Do you know what? That means you'll be able to buy more MCS.
Yeah,
I think that's a
absolutely.
great idea. Mandy's asked about the weight of card through the A3 printer. I've put 200 through, but your posh card is much heavier than that. Depending on which set you got, could be anything up to 350. But guys, that's the good thing about this, because if you go, we have A3 paper on the website,
We do
don't
now,
we?
yes, yeah.
So use that A3 printer paper, because it will give you the quality that we show you. That's what we all use. So you'll hear us say, we won't sell anything we won't use. We wouldn't sell anything that we didn't think that we could support, because education is really important, but so is our customer service. So if you have to ring us for something, we need to be able to support that, and that means we need to know what we're doing. So we spend a lot of time, we do a lot of talking actually, surprising that, isn't it? But we talk about what works and what doesn't work. So please, guys, and I'm just thinking, I need to learn, or somebody needs to learn. Diane's like, oh no, please not you. How
I don't know what you're going to say yet.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
I'm thinking, please not me, probably.
No, you need to learn your job so that you can come and do an hour of this every week, because this, and I'm going to shut up now because we've got to get on. Please demo just for us.
Okay, so one of the biggest demonstrations that we get asked for is how to use the emboss feature. So I'm going to show you that in detail. So if we can, so what I've done is I've got an image onto the page, and I'm going to copy and paste the image. So I'm going to click copy and click paste. You can right click, and obviously as Stephanie's shown you, you have got the shortcuts in there as well. I'm going to go to the layers tab, and I'm going to make sure that I've clicked onto the top one. So the layers tab is basically, imagine that this area here, so the white area that we're popping the pages onto is your desktop. So we put a sheet of paper on, and now we've put another sheet of paper over the top. So I want to work with the top one because we're going to emboss it. To use the emboss feature, we go to effects, and the bit where people panic is where they move the slider and it just goes grey. They go, oh no, what have I done? I've done it wrong, or it's not working. It absolutely is working. Trust the process. So what we do is we move either of the sliders, and then we move the second slider, and you'll see we can actually emboss the detail. Now it looks like etched stone. It's absolutely stunning. However, we've got two of these on the page now. So what we can actually do is we can reduce the opacity. So the two sliders for the emboss, you've got the amount of emboss, which is the depth, and then the width, which actually adds the detail as well. So you can see we can go right into the detail there. And the more you add, the deeper it looks. But obviously it is grey, so you know, we're just thinking I just changed a beautiful coloured paper to grey. However, if we use this opacity slider up at the top now and pull this across to the left to make that top one transparent, look at the difference it makes to that paper underneath. So you can see there we've got the beautiful emboss, and it will be more apparent the second I switch this off. So there's the paper, absolutely stunning, beautifully detailed. But when we switch that embossed layer on, we've got that extra depth and dimension there. I'm going to zoom in so that you can see some of the detail. Because look at that there. It looks like it's literally been run through a 3D embossing folder. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's embossed all the flourish, it's embossed all the sentiment, it's embossed the paint splashes, the different paint texture in the background. But obviously it is grey, so it has added a soft tint to it. So what we can also do with this is we can come down to the colour boost. This is a predominantly blue design, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of blue into that top layer, and you'll see it just lifts it from being grey, which is there, to being a little bit more blue, so it makes the purples a bit more purple. We can also make it a bit more red if we want to, so we can add a tint to brighten up the yellows and the oranges. And then again, what we can do is we can reduce the opacity, so we can make it a little bit of embossing, or we can have a lot of embossing on there. And what we can also do in the layers tab is we can switch off the bottom layer, So you could actually print out this layer and it looks like you've got embossed vellum. However, you're just printing it onto a sheet of paper. So that is how we use the emboss feature. Now, something else I wanted to do with this one, so we've got this one paper here, and then we've got our compositions. So we've got all these compositions, and like I said, we've got, if I go down to the bottom, I can't remember the number, you've got 118 elements within the compositions folder. So you've got a lot of flowers to choose from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a couple more flowers, I'm going to pop a couple more onto there, and we're just going to create our own elements on here. So we'll bring on, let's have a look, we'll bring on this one. And if you bring on something, so we do have a couple of slightly different textures in here, so that one's not quite right for me for this one. So you can just press the delete button on the keyboard or the delete button up at the top. However, what we can do, if I move that one out of the way and shrink this one down a little bit, if you really want to work with this one, go into the effects, reduce the opacity just a little bit, and it'll soften it down just enough to get that little bit of texture through, and then it'll actually blend it into the paper a little bit for you. So we can do that as well. So we've got lots and lots of designs on here, absolutely beautiful. One of the other things I want to do though is show you the overlays and how they work. So if I take some of these off, I'm going to bring on one of our papers, so just one of our regular textured papers. So I'm going to go with the first one because it's a beautiful rainbow of colours. And then into the overlays. So we've got 32 overlays. We've got different sizes. We've got all the different flowers on here as well. So if we bring this one on, you can see we pop that over the top. We've got a beautiful backing paper there, literally designed and ready and done. But again, if we go back to our effects and we bring that opacity down on that layer, you can see that we can fade it down and we can blend it into that backing paper. What we can then do is we can go into the compositions and we can have a look for that particular composition. So let's have a look at where it is on the indexes. So it's not on that one, and then on this one, let's have a look, there it is. So it's that one there, so it is number 36. So we're going to go down in the folders to 36 and pull that one onto the page. So that is the same composition that's on there. So we're going to stretch that over the top of the page, and then I'm just going to click on crop. So I'm going to zoom out of the page a little bit because I want to, when you are designing in Microsoft Studio, nothing that is over the edge of the white area will ever print. So it doesn't matter that it overhangs, but just so that I can see exactly how it's going to look, I personally prefer to make sure it is all on the edges of the paper. So I'm just going to pull these edges in just a little bit. So we click on the crop button up at the top, click on the image, and then pull in the corner edges, just like so. So click OK there, and then we're going to copy and paste that, bring it down to the bottom, rotate it around. So you've got a little red round handle above the image in the center. Your mouse changes to a hand when you click on it, and you see as you rotate it, it gives you the angles, but if you press the shift button down as you're rotating, it snaps to 45-degree angles. So we know there that that one is perfect. That's the perfect angle for us. And you can see there we've created a totally unique, beautiful backing paper. And what we can do now is we can save this. So you can save it on your computer. You can save it as a Minecraft Studio file, which means it's editable. So I'm just going to call it paper. And then I'm also going to save it as a JPEG, and that is the file type that we put into the program for you. So that means if I just go into here and call this one paper as well, so I'm going to save that as paper. So we've got two options now. We can click on open, and you'll see our Minecraft Studio file, which is called paper. So we double click that one, and that means we can come in and we can take that one out, or we can change the colour, or we can add something else into it if we wanted to. So you can see that is your Minecraft Studio file. But what we also have, if I go on to documents on this computer, which is where we just saved that particular design. There we go, documents is right up there. There's our paper, and that is our solid paper. So that is the one that you've created yourself at home, which now works exactly the same way as all the papers that we create for you and pop into Minecraft Studio.
Right, Diane, we've got a couple of questions that we need to just answer if we can, please. One of them is, can you tell us, we've got the details of the workshops, the classes. We're going to give you the details for these. So shop 1 gets you the first 3, the series.
Yes. Yep.
And what you've got on there, guys, is it's 3 months. There's a class each month. So you're getting 3 separate classes.
Yeah, so you'll get instant access to all 3 classes now that they've all been released.
So can you just talk us through a bit more of what's actually on those classes? Because we've got people asking. We've also got shop 2, and it's just £10 a month, and you've got loads. You've got email access to Diane. You've got help. You've got loads. I'm going to let you talk through because people are asking about them. Can you tell us what's in each one of them?
Yes, absolutely. So with each of the classes, so series 1, so shop 1 will give you 3 classes and 3 downloads. So each class has a very specific download that is not a download that's anywhere else on the website. It's not a download you can get unless you've got that class. So and the artwork that I use in the class is that artwork, so you can literally follow along. So just like you would if you were doing what we've done here. However, those classes are so much more detailed. So I talk a bit slower because Andrew tells me in my ear. But I go into so much more detail, and if it goes wrong, I show you it's gone wrong and I show you how to put it right. So in class 1, I got to remember now, so class 1 was beautiful florals, and we created decoupage, we popped the flowers into a vase, we created backing papers, and then that was that one. So that was a whole set of beautiful flowers. Class 2, the download is 2 beautiful kind of deco glamour images. Can you remember the black and gold images?
Yes.
And with that one, we actually take elements out to create different designs. In that's the one where I did the digital paper weaving.
Oh, okay.
So that's something that I've never actually demonstrated live or anything, and I dread to think if I tried to do it live, it would go horribly wrong. But on that one, because of the way the designs were, we did digital paper weaving, we created our own embellishments and medallions and things like that. And then class 3 was some beautiful seaside ones where we, again, we built scenes, we built toppers, we made complete compositions, and we took elements from one scene and put them into another using the scissors tool. So there's lots of detail on the tools that are in my craft studio that we only ever get a chance to do a quick catch up with in the shows. So we are going to run out of time, guys, but the details are shop 1 or shop 2, depending on which of those. Some of you have actually bought both of them today, so well done, guys. You get Diane, you get access to her, everything. Now, we've got a few questions. So I've been following you since July and loving the digital craft, and I've even used my scan and cut this year. Amazing.
I love watching you. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Mandy. Pat has said, if you print a colour image on the pure print and laser print on top of that, is it okay? Could the colour come off onto the laser printer? Now,
Amanda's done that, hasn't she?
She has.
Yeah,
now, they are different types of ink, guys. We've only got 2 minutes here. Different types of ink. So if you print your inkjet first on your A3, then put it through your A4 laser printer, it will not come off, and you can foil the top of it. It works brilliantly.
Yes. Amanda has done that, and we are planning on doing that in one of the shows at some point soon. So, yeah. So,
Kaz is at odds with a printer. It's always been fine, but not when she needs it. Designed a beautiful card MCS, and a printer refuses to do it as I want, borderless. Heaven knows what's wrong. She did a driver update. But printer...
that could, if it used to do borderless and now it doesn't, it could be down to the update, because some printer manufacturers, we've got one, the little one we've got in there,
it's changed.
It always leaves an inch at the bottom of the page, and it's so frustrating, and Emily will be nodding her head at the frustration when we're trying to print on that one, and there's nothing we can do to change that. It's built into the printer.
Unfortunately.
But it might be that if it is that update that's done it, you might be able to wind it back. I don't know for sure, but you might be able to.
Kaz says she bought the posh paper and it isn't working with the printer. The posh paper isn't designed as printer paper.
That's probably a little bit too heavy, isn't it?
It's too heavy. It's designed for your boxes. It's designed for your cards, all those other things. A really inexpensive foundation. Right, we're going to be going through the wall. Transfers. Brand new, our brand new machine. Please stay with us. I hope you can. Even if you can't for long, just come for a